Well, YouTube, you already know who this is. It's time for another rant video similar to the one called Yu-Gi-Oh! I Had Enough. I just got done recently watching a video that Emma Blues has posted, and she made very, very good points. I'm with her 100% on this. The attitude of Yu-Gi-Oh! Does need to change. I'm getting sick of hearing that if you don't have, just like she said, I hear the same thing. If you don't have meta cards in your deck, you're not good. If you don't have a meta deck, you're not good. If you don't run this deck in this kind of way, you're not good. If you don't have the money, then you're not good. And I also have heard people, imply or say something that people that don't have money suck, or poor players, or people that don't have anything. Who are you to down us like that? You've been in our shoes at some point in the Yu-Gi-Oh game as we have. Don't forget where you came from. Don't be like these rich assholes or these rich rapper snobs who forget where they grew up from and then turn it down and put down everyone around them, thinking that they're better than everybody else. I, for one, am getting tired of going to my locals and have to see everyone running the deck that's the same deck as someone else had the week before, or everyone running the same deck just so they can win the tournament. Now, just like Emma said, it's not the end of the world if you lose a tournament. It's not the end of the world if you lose a regional. It's not the end of the world if you lost just once. Everyone loses, everyone wins, no one wins 100%. Get over it, suck it up, stop being a baby about it, and move on with your day. If you're going to let one loss ruin your whole day, and then let that loss ruin someone else's day, then you don't deserve to play the game. Suck it up, stop being a baby, and like I said, move on. It's uncalled for that we have all these Yu-Gi-Oh players throughout the world who have to sit there and be an asshole about it. Sit there and have to be greedy about it. Sit there and have to put down everyone around them about it. Who cares how many people you beat? Who cares who you can beat? Who cares how you did something compared to how someone else did something? If someone else has the same deck as you, and they play it differently than you, then don't go over there to them and talk about how you do something compared to them, and that what you did is better, or you're the first to do it. We don't care. We want to have fun. Now, like I mentioned in my other rant video, there's a difference between someone making a deck and then someone copying that same deck, or someone who wants to make that same deck as someone else because they want to try it for themselves. Just like I said in my previous rant videos, I can understand those who make decks because they like them. But if you have to sit there and copy someone card for card because you want to win or prove that you're better than someone, all you're proving is that the deck you copied and the person that made it is a good player. Therefore, you yourself should learn how to make your own deck so you can actually go around and say, I made this. Now, if you have to sit there and brag in Yu-Gi-Oh, then you really deserve to get smacked in the face. This is, just like Emma said, this is a game. Everyone is trying to enjoy themselves with this game. You have no right to make it seem like this game is nothing more than a win-win-win scenario, or a I must have money scenario, or I must have all the best cards and decks, etc. scenario. Everyone wants to experiment with something. I think this game is turning into a virus with assholes. You have one asshole turning one person into asshole, who can turn two people into assholes, who's turning four into assholes. Then you got 8, 16, 32, 64, you get everyone turning into assholes. And just like she also said, if this game is going to get to the point where there's going to be a lot, if not all these people are going to be assholes, and then who's going to play then? It's bad enough my cousin can't even enjoy. I think he has a YouTube channel, Brute Black Man. It's a shame that he can't even enjoy making his fun decks anymore, because every time he goes on Duel Network, someone has to have a meta deck and it completely crushes him, and he can't even see how his deck plays. Now, for all you people out there to be like, well, he can play against someone he knows. Okay, who's to say that that person wouldn't make a meta deck either? Yeah, you can tell someone else to make a different deck. But if you want to see a deck work, you have to test play it against something competitive. But it doesn't mean you always have to play against a meta deck. You can play against an not agent. That's fuck that. But you can play against a freaking Amazon's deck. You can play against a fun play wind-up deck. But he wouldn't made an XYZ Dragon Cannon deck. And every deck he went against was freaking meta. And he couldn't even understand what was going on. Nor could he even see how his deck fully worked. Now, again, back to the why didn't he just play someone he knows? Well, what if he didn't know anyone to play? Alright? I was there with him. He test plays against me, but he wants to have a bigger horizon. I don't get on Duel Network all the time. So, he's not always able to play me. So, he has to go play someone else. Now, just like Emma said, Duel Network, any online dueling game, or any dueling game where there's an interaction between players where things can be said, there's always thousands or hundreds of assholes on there. And I'm getting tired of seeing it. I don't even play Duel Network anymore because I'm getting tired of seeing all the damn Inzektor decks, all the damn wind-up decks, the one with the hand loops, all the damn Dark World decks, all the Light Sworns, all the Gladiator Beasts, all the Blackwings, all the Twilights, all the Fable Dark World, all the Junk Doppel decks, all the Quick, or any variant of Junk Doppel deck. I'm getting tired of seeing them. If we all have brains in this game, why is it that we wait for other people to make these decks for us and then we go copy them? You are not being original. You're just being a lazy follower who's too lazy to be a leader. Maybe not even smart enough to be a leader. I'm sorry for all the offensive shit I'm saying in this video, because just like Emma, it's irritating me as well. I'm to the point where I don't even like dueling anymore at my locals. And I would love to duel my friends. I would. It just my spirit and my enthusiasm, or whatever you want to call it, I don't even know anymore. Whatever you want to call it to go duel somebody, it's not there anymore. So, because every time I go to my Illusions Games and Comics, the locals I go to, there's always a cycle of meta decks that always passes around. For example, I'm going to hold up 5 fingers. Alright, I go into my Illusions one day, and you see someone with a Blackwing deck, Gladiator Beast deck, let's say Dark Worlds, Fable Dark Worlds, and Dino Rabbit. Now, here is what happens. Okay, guy with Dino Rabbit ends up using Fable Dark World. Guy with Fable Dark World ends up using Blackwings. Guy using Blackwings ends up using Gladiator Beasts. And guys with Gladiator Beasts end up using Dino Rabbits. There's always a cycle of someone using something that's just being passed around all the time. And then, here's what's going to happen. Is someone's going to top at a regional event, then you're going to post the deck up, and then everyone's going to be on that deck's nuts again. And then that's why you got people that say, oh, that deck's trash, or that deck's not good. This is the deck that's good. This deck topped at a regional, yo. You're not good unless you use this deck. Who are you to say this? Who are you to say that? There are 5,000 plus cards in this game, and you're telling me nobody. Let me rephrase that. You tell me that a lot of the people are not taking the time to experiment with these cards. It's gotten to the point where these old cards will never see any play anymore because everyone's mindset is so focused on what's new that it takes someone that top to make people recognize the old cards. Look at Curse Seal the Forbidden Spell. Is anybody going to use that? It sure stops a hell of a lot of the decks, but what is it going to take? Someone to top with it first before someone figures it out? So you tell me you couldn't do it yourself? You couldn't read it? Get it yourself? It's a common, by the way. It's common. I got like 7 of them. It's a badass counter trap, I'm telling you that. So, so you're telling me that we as the human race we dumbed ourselves down to the point where we let other people do the work for us. Let me get on people with money in this game. I have the cards that I have, that I can get, that I'm able to get, that I want to use. You don't tell me what cards I should get to put in my deck. I tell myself what cards, in my opinion, I need to put in my decks. I give people advice for their decks, yes. But I give recommendations, and I always tell them, you don't have to use it. If the deck doesn't work, you can put it back the way it was. There's no harm, no foul with me. When I give you advice, it's because I want to help. You don't have to take it if you don't want to. I'm not going to sit there and beat you over the head because you don't listen to me. I'm not going to sit there and tell you how to make your deck meta, because I want you to learn on your own and experiment with different cards. But when someone comes up to you and tells you how to run your deck, or they remake your deck into the meta version, what is that telling you? That person is stuck up the meta's ass and on the meta's nuts all the time. At my locals, I'm getting tired of seeing that. We even had a little tournament amongst ourselves. And guess what? It was just a little fun tournament, and that must-win attitude was there. And it was just for fun. And the only prizes were cards that few people threw in there. I was judging it, and I was sitting there watching all that stuff. Now, about the kids. You know something's wrong with this game when you got little kids coming up into the locals or coming into Yu-Gi-Oh! And then they are all nice and fine first. And then weeks later, they come back with this, I beat you attitude. Or, your deck sucks attitude. Or, I can always beat you attitude. Guess where they learned that from? Just like Emma said, they like to copy grown-ups because them themselves want to win or be grown-up. Now, it's a shame when you got kids acting like this. And there's 2 kids in particular that come to Illusions. They used to never act like that. And now one of them does. I noticed it just like that when he walked in here. When he started saying, I beat him before. Oh, I beat you before, Lewis. I was like, okay, and? Everyone loses at one point. So, it's getting to the point where I guess I don't like playing anymore. Now, people at my locals, every time I got something to say, they always saying, Lewis, stop whining. Lewis, stop bitching. Stop complaining. Yeah, my name's Lewis. So, I just like to go by Eminent Hero. But, why is it that every time I have an opinion about something, I'm always bitching about it? So you tell me I'm supposed to just lay there and accept it? Why not make a change? Just because you're able to get every card you want by either stealing, selling drugs, robbing your mom, robbing a jewelry store or something, and then whatever money you make by doing whatever you did that was illegal and getting the cards you need, doesn't mean you have the right to put me down or say that I'm whining and complaining because I'm not able to get what I want. I don't whine and complain because I'm not able to get what I want. I'm mad at the fact that people are hoarding these cards from me, as well as other people who need them. And you already, as I said in my previous video, I'm not saying you have to trade to me, but if I have something you want and we can work something out, it'll be okay if you could trade. But just to simply like look at someone's stuff and say you don't have anything I want, or the crap you have is just stupid or trash, that's uncalled for. Just like one of my friends got told by another friend of mine that basically he was saying his trade stuff is crap. Now, what reason did he have to say that? Now, another thing I want to get on is people who like to control how people should play the game. You always have a set amount of people who pretty much, let's say, they advise other people to use something to win. Now, that also goes into it's also connected to the fact where people try to tell you how to use your deck or what deck to run. Now, it's annoying me a lot that I'm not the only one that sees this, and there's many other people that actually deal with this. But we need to make a change, and we need to make a change quick before this game it just gets infected and there's an epidemic of assholes. And like I said, at my locals, I know plenty of them, and it's getting very annoying. But again, I'm just whining and bitching, right? Just complaining. So I already normally get a lot of negative replies to this. I'm even going to post this video in my Yu-Gi-Oh group, and I'll probably get a few negative replies. I don't give a fuck no more. I'm trying to have fun with this game, and it feels like that I can't even do that anymore. Because the game has evolved to the point where every deck is fast-paced, and you don't have certain cards in your deck, or you don't have this certain deck, your deck has no chance of winning. I really feel that even in Amazon's deck, no matter what you do with it, you can't win with it at a regional. You could probably beat a person or two, but topping, I don't really think so. Now, how could you get it to top? By adding meta cards to it. So, it's not fair that we can't even enjoy other decks unless we're not trying to play in a tournament or something. Some people actually like to go to a tournament and see how their fun decks could do. And if they win, wow, I'm happy. But if not, okay, I tried. But some people don't want to. Some people only go there with meta decks so they can try their chance at winning. Now, another attitude I see at my locals is, besides the I must win attitude and you get all butthurt because you lost, is the attitude where, like I said before, people brag about who they beat. I have people say that, I beat you before. Okay, like I care if you beat me. I can sit there and point at everybody at Illusions and say I beat them at least 3 to 5 times, but you don't see me do that. So, why are you trying to make yourself feel good or something? Just like I heard from a friend of mine, MrOjamack, and I ain't gonna say no names on this video because they know who they are. So I'm gonna give you the luxury of trying to figure out who you people are. And I wasn't there. And some guy, MrOjamack, was talking to one of my friends. Well, his name's Paris, and he mentioned one of my decks and told the guy he was playing that it was very good. Well, other said person actually said that deck, I beat that deck many times. Damn, you only played it like once. How do you play it many times and you only played it once? And then you had to get coached through the 3rd game just to win. No, the 2nd game. So, if you want me to say something, I will say it. But all this time, I like to bite my tongue half the time and keep all my thoughts to myself. Because there are a lot of people at my locals I want to tell off. Well, I just don't do it out of respect of the owner, the people around me, and to keep the environment somewhat friendly. Just so people don't feel like it's a bad environment. But when I get constantly down and down over again, and I'm the only one that feels like this, it gets annoying. It gets on my nerves. Now, what's another thing about this game that I don't like? Oh yeah, like I said in my other video, people who keep other cards from other people. We're supposed to be helping each other, man. What happened to the Yu-Gi-Oh environment helping each other? And then you get to the point where you're so damn fucking greedy that you have to keep other cards from other people. Because I actually hear people say, I don't want to trade you this card because it'll make you better than me. What the fuck? Who cares? I want it because I need it for my deck. I had to take my hero decks apart. And I like the heroes a lot. It's the only thing that's keeping me in this game. I had to take all 6 of my hero decks apart because I can't get anything I need for it half the time. Because you got people hoarding these cards from me, or they'll keep it in their binder, which is, okay, this is still hoarding, for months and weeks again. And then they still won't trade it. So, like I said, if I have something you need, we can work something out to try to trade for it, but don't sit there and hold the cards from me. And then I can never get it. And then I get so backed up in trades that I can't get anything I need anymore. It's to the point where the cards I need to make decks is getting so backed up into the game because of all the new stuff coming out that I can't catch up to the rising new cards in this game. I still got cards I need that come back as far as, let's say, Phantom Darkness on down. And I still don't got them. And with all the new stuff coming out, so far as the new set is Order of Chaos, and I need stuff like number C39 Utopia Ray. Let's see how long it takes me to get that. I hope one of my trusted friends can get a hold of it. I can get it easier for them than anybody else. I actually have to resort trading my price because that's the only way I think I'm going to get anything. So, but if I trade with someone that doesn't trade by price, I won't do it. So, because I know how they feel in the game, and they're trying to manage just like I am. So we'll trade by mutual exchange. What do we feel like is a good trade? But if you trade by price with me, damn sure I'm going to know my price is in trade by price with you. So, I'm just off with this game. This game is made to be fun and meet new people, like Emma said. Where is the fun with downing other people about the decks they have, the cards they have, and the way they play? Hello? I don't hear anything. Someone tell me. So, and I don't understand where this game's gonna head. It seems like the only way people see the win is to be an asshole and do whatever it takes to get what you need to get. Now, like I said, everyone has their own personal opinion on the matter. But there is no excuse to be an asshole in this game. I don't care what the fuck you say. There is no excuse to be an asshole in this game. I guarantee you, if someone's an asshole to you, you'll be an asshole right back. So, where's the lesson learned here? And another thing, like Emma said, karma is indeed a bitch, and it will fuck you up in the end. And like she said, look at G Hopper. Look what happened to him. Now, if you want to continue being the asshole in the game, watch what happens to you. Your karma's gonna hit you where it hurts. You'll probably get your whole collection stolen. And guess where you'll be at? Ground zero, just like the person you are making fun of. Karma works in mysterious ways. You better watch out. We got people who are sitting there struggling while trying to play a game. And here you are downing them. They don't need that. You don't know what goes on outside of their locals. So don't pick fun at them because they probably already have enough problems at home dealing with. Just like me. So, if we are all the human race and we're all here to help each other and better each other's lives for the better, to improve the human society, why is it that every time there's a game involved, we all have to sit there and push down others just to be the best? The need for money, fame, and fortune isn't important, people. Get it through your heads, okay? You don't see me putting people down, except for in this video, because I'm tired of people that do that. You don't see me trying to make myself look better than everybody else. Because saying, I got good cards. You want to see the cards I got? These, let me show you. These are the only cards I'm keeping. Now, look at this. You see this? These are all potential deck ideas. And I can't even make the deck because I don't have the cards for them yet. So look at it. Just look at this. So tell me my crap sucks. Tell me that I'm never going to get nowhere because I don't have money cards. Tell me that the decks I make are trash because I don't have better decks. Because this guy don't make meta decks. I can't even make an E-Hero deck no more because my brain keeps telling me to use the Omni Heroes. And I want to use a different style E-Hero. But it seems like everyone that's in meta always uses the Omni Heroes and has this random splash together lazy style E-Hero deck that I'm always seeing. All the time. I tell my friends don't make those kind of decks because they're not well thought out. Try something strategic. Now look at this. I still have a lot of cards in here I can't even use yet because I don't even have the proper cards I want to make them into a deck. Now, people keep saying, Louis, you have all these cards. Why are you still complaining? You have a lot of cards for someone that says they don't have any. Okay, people, there's a difference between having a lot of cards and having a lot of cards you want to use, as well as a lot of cards you need. Half the cards, let's just say 90% of the cards I have, I don't even want them. I only trade for cards I need. So, all the cards you see here are potential deck ideas. But like I said, I can't even get like a deck together with them, so I still can't get the cards I need to make these decks. Some of these cards have been sitting here for at least a year or months and months, and still hasn't seen a light of day in the deck yet. Now, yeah, that plays a part on my end, but it's still beside the point that I'm trying to get the cards to make these into decks. And then you got people who hoard the cards from me, so I can't even get the chance. What kind of game is it where everyone is like this? Where is the fun in that, people? You tell me. I just had about enough of this game. And I'm sure a lot of you people out there have too. But where is the solution going to start? How long is it going to take? When is it going to happen? It doesn't take one person to make a change. We have to all work together to make a change. So where's the working together in this game? Oh, the working together goes as far as telling people what to do in the game, making people make the deck they want you to make, and being the person they want you to be. What happened to being a leader and not a follower? What happened to being yourself, not what people want you to be? It seems like as humanity grew up, all of our principles have just vanished. Like, we don't care anymore. It's always this we want. Money. Well, guess what, people? Later on, money's going to be no use to you. So what you going to fight for now? The shirt off your back, the house you live in, and the family that you probably just steal from to get the cards you need. So in the end, you're gonna have to fight to survive. Now listen to that. Now, what else about this game is starting to piss me? I don't care how long this video is. I want to make sure I get all my points across. And if you want to watch it, you can. You don't, you don't. Don't watch it halfway through and bitch about it. No one tell you to watch it. You see the thumbnail right there on the screen. And you see how long it is. If you watch the whole thing and then complain about it, whose fault is that? It's not mine. Because you had your own choice to choose to watch the video or not. So don't blame me. Now, I'm going to pass this video around on my Yu-Gi-Oh group, like I said. I'm going to post it as a video response to Emma Blue Eyes, and I'm going to upload it myself. Now, another thing that's pissing me off about Yu-Gi-Oh is, let me think about this, because there's numerous things that's getting on my nerves. People who steal shit from you. Now, here you are trying to work your way up into the game to at least get something, then people steal shit from you. I know people at my locals that have stolen cards. Now, I have once before because the guy stole from me. The guy's name was Anthony Grosto, part of the Team Frost 4. I hate that guy because all he did was steal shit from people and try to act like he was the best, stealing money from his mom to get in game. He's a prime example of an Yu-Gi-Oh asshole. And trust me, he sure has infected his share of people. Now, I don't care who the hell heard me say that. I don't give a fuck what you do. I'm getting my point across. Because this guy right here is only bitching and complaining, right? No. I'm telling it like how I see it. So if you don't like it, stop watching the video. The pause button is right there. You can close the tab, open a new link, watch something else. I'm not stopping you. I'm not holding you here. So whose choice is it to what you do with this video or not? That's yours. Now, what's another thing that's pissing me off about this game? People who act like just because they have everything that no one else, let's say it's a pride thing. I know people at my locals who have a lot of cards, and they'll constantly act like no one else is allowed to beat them, no one else has a better deck than them, and no one else can get the cards they have, and they always brag about the shit they have. I don't care about what you have. All I want to know is, do you have something that can help me, and would you trade for it? That's all I want to know. Now, I'm not sure that I forget anything, or that I'm sure I repeated myself more than once, because y'all really need to hear this and get it through your damn heads. So I'm going to repeat myself many times. With all the Rant videos I had, I'm sure I probably covered everything that was pissing me off about this game. And I'm sure Emma has pretty much mentioned things that we both can agree on. Now, let's see which one of you would take the time to think about what me and her, and I'm sure many other YouTubers like us have said. Now, here's my daily challenge for you. Just like she mentioned. Same thing she said. Take this video and pass it around. Because we need to get this word out. Either save the game or let the game fall on its own. You pick your choice. If you got nothing else better to do than play Yu-Gi-Oh like me, you want to keep the game alive. Because Yu-Gi-Oh for me is the only hobby I had next to drawing and other things. So I can have something to do in my spare time. I would hate to see the game fall because the game got overcome with assholes. Now, I'm going to leave on that note. Now, you guys choose what you want to do with this situation. Either make it worse, which a lot of you will. I know you will, because you don't care. Or be like the some that do care and try to make it better. Like me, Emma, Dark Magician. Which, Emma and Dark Magician are my two top favorite YouTubers. So, you can either be like the people trying to help and try to make it better. Or you can be like the assholes and make it worse. Or you can be one of those that don't help at all. Just neutral with the whole thing. The choice is yours and yours alone. The main thing that's a part of life is that everyone has a choice. They can choose to be the better themselves, or they can choose to worse themselves, or they can choose to do nothing. And remember, nothing comes out of nothing. You have to do something to get something from it. Think about it, people. This is Eminent Hero, and I'm out. And I'm pissed off as hell because I feel the same way that she does. So I hope all y'all learn from this and use it to better yourselves. I'm out.